Welcome ye, hear ye, and welcome to the Hat Chat podcast. What is thine episode number, Rossith Hornbait?
I think it's 187.
Christ, that's
187.
A lot,
I think that's quite a lot, isn't it? Should we just say it's younger than it is?
yes,
You know,
it's very youthful.
that's fine, isn't it? We can pump it full of filler.
For an elf, that's not that
give it a
old, is it?
BBL.
We could just say, like, it's the 31st of January and this is a Hat Chat. You know, like, we could always be like, that was just go by date, right? And that way we
could
don't
do, yeah.
have to,
Should
like,
revisit.
We don't
We
need to
should
go.
revisit.
The numbers don't really matter. I don't think anyone's
Yeah.
going, shit, I
don't
missed
know why I keep
episode
saying it.
184. But maybe they do. I don't know how people consume our media, and I don't know if it's safe to ask.
I think it's quite good that we can say that we've done that many, because it's
Yeah.
like, look at this, we're going.
Yeah. I mean, they exist, don't they? They're there.
But nothing if not prolific.
Extremely prolific.
Extremely prolific. That's what I want on my tombstone.
Extremely
Extremely
prolific. And then a list of every song you've made, like silly song
Silly song.
at the top
Pixel
of
dust.
that's going to be engraved in gold.
Christ.
Pixel dust. And then all the songs that you did for Jingle Jam.
All the ones I never finished.
And all the ones you never finished.
They'll be on the back, and there's a long list.
There'll be a laminated printout of just your file explorer of all
Yeah.
the folders there.
Yeah.
Because we couldn't engrave them all on the gravestone.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Final dot underscore. use
Final,
this
final,
one.
final.
Final.
V3.
Official. Final. Definitely final.
As we drift into February, obviously the best month of the year because it's my birthday and
I don't know.
the world
I don't
stops
think
for it.
that's why it should
The
be the
world
best
stops
month.
for it.
Trot hatches out of his
I don't think
egg.
that's why it should be the best month. What should be the best month if it's
February.
not your birthday? No, just say February.
What do you mean?
February's
should be the best
pretty
month?
wet and cold.
It's a
February's,
miserable. It makes you feel shit.
it's not a great month, is it, February? It's one
No,
of the
it's
coldest
not.
of the year.
It's miserable,
It's usually quite
especially
wet.
the first 5 days.
If you're going to have children,
Yeah.
don't bang in the summer. The summer months are
Don't
so
bang in
like,
the
oh, it's so
summer.
whimsical and
betray you.
romantic. Bang in the wet times, in the disgusting times. That way you'll have a summer child.
Why do you want a summer child?
I don't say I would, but the child wouldn't be
If
lambasted by their month of February being wet and disgusting.
Well, you could also weigh up the fact that the pregnant mother would be too hot in the summer, so you want to get rid
Go to a
Get
hotel
out.
with aircon.
as soon as the temperature starts to rise. So that way they're not hot and bothered.
Try to you're a test tube
Excuse me,
baby.
this is fucking prank coffee.
There's a chance I'm a test tube baby. In which case, why didn't they had more control over when I was born?
I
Why did
think
they
there was a
pick
raid
February?
on the lab, and the vat you were in got like pushed over, and then
Oh.
you slid out.
Do you think we should be should we be treating people who were born as a test tube baby differently?
Yeah.
In what way?
I don't know.
And who are born as test tube babies?
don't
What do
know.
we even mean by test tube?
Well,
baby?
I know somebody who was born as a test. Well, I guess it's just IVF, isn't it?
Is that what it's
That's
meant?
not a
Is
test
Is that
tube
not a
baby.
test tube
I always
baby?
joke about it because I'm just
What
like,
is a test tube baby then?
I picture a real sci-fi dystopic, like they're grown in the test tube.
in a giant
You know, like
vat. Yeah.
right.
chicken breasts are trying to be like formed from
Yeah. They got like
cells.
prods in them,
Yeah.
little probes.
So yeah, it is slang for IVF.
Yeah.
I don't want to make
I
it
don't
real.
think that it's
Like
necessarily
calling it
an issue.
IVF suddenly makes it real, and a lot of people that have to go through that process probably don't want their kids to be called test tube baby.
Were you born of test tube or natural
So this
conception?
Were you designed?
So this is just a bit of trivia. People might find this interesting. So IVF is known as test tube baby, not just because of it's a technique.
Oh, it is known as that.
Yes, yeah.
So it's derogatory. Okay.
But the reason is in vitro, which is what IVF stands for, in vitro fertilization. So in vitro is Latin for the term in glass. So because it's
In tube.
because of early biological experiments involving cultivation of tissues outside the living organism carried out in glass containers such as beakers, test tubes, or petri dishes. In vitro refers to any biological procedure that is performed outside the organism in which it would normally have occurred.
That's right. Yeah, because
okay.
they take the egg and a really good sperm. They
Really good
they
one.
vet the sperms
And
through
then
an
they put you in
audition
a pig
process.
womb, right?
Yeah, they just.
Do they not just splash a shitload of sperms on there?
No, they pick the good
They
one.
don't just pick one.
They pick a good
I
one.
can't imagine they're just picking one, are they?
Yeah, yeah.
Aren't they just
Because only
splashing
one,
loads of them
only
on there
one
like a
needs to
fire
make it
hose?
through. Obviously, I imagine they repeat the process if that one just like just bounces about. However, they pick a strong one with like proper chromosomes and all that, as the most successful sperm, the gold-plated one.
Oh, is that where they inject it into the egg?
Yeah, they put it in outside, probably in glass, obviously, with like needles and whatnot. They put it in there and inseminate outside of the human body.
There are videos.
You're speaking of an intracytoplasmic sperm injection, Trott.
Well, that's
off the top of my head. I think you're absolutely right.
Yeah,
and that must have been off the top of your head too. That sounded normal. Yeah, normal thing to say.
I've seen videos of that happening.
Yeah,
they're all on Pornhub.
That's a weird category.
What is that category? IVF.
IVF.
On the microscope porn.
Microscope porn.
I love it when those tiny little single-celled organisms bang.
Yeah. Get to the atomic level. I want to see what's going on.
Yeah, that's really raw stuff.
It sounds pretty raw, but no, I don't.
Hey, what the fuck are we talking about that for?
I don't know. We shouldn't be treating anyone who was born of IVF any differently. It's all we're saying.
No.
If anything, I think they're elevated because
they're elevated. Oh, right. They were chosen.
The best one.
They were handpicked.
Was like handpicked and pushed into the egg with assistance, like multiple people. It wasn't just two involved in the creation of that person. It was a scientist, some glass. I touched glass at some point. It wasn't. I don't think I was a product of IVF, by the way.
And what are the negatives of that? Well, it's one of those things where it's just like we don't. We have an excuse for being the way we are, but they were chosen.
They were
chosen.
So if anything,
there's more pressure on an IVF person. So feel that pressure.
Well, I feel lucky. I'd be like, yo, I was the best one.
You were the best one, but there's a lot of pressure on you now. It's like, why are you the way you are though? Because
of the way I was raised.
Then everything you've done and
doesn't live
represent
up to
in the future.
You start off with such
all goes back to when you were squeezed into the egg with a little pipette.
It doesn't though. It's because your parents fucked you up.
Yeah.
Like
so this is now the argument.
They were shooting sperm that just didn't know where to go.
Oh my God!
What's going on?
Hey, let's talk about something really fun. Apparently, 45% of adults in the UK felt that it wasn't their responsibility to read to their children; it was teachers' responsibility. In a recent survey.
Where was the survey taken? How many people took the survey?
Hell, yeah.
It's worrying.
Right,
education seems to be taking a nosedive for many countries of late.
45. That's almost half of the population. I don't believe that's a good.
There's, I think,
control group.
It's
of
an odd thing to
representation
say,
there.
To say that you don't feel responsible to educate your child to a degree of basic literacy.
Everything's the responsibility of the parent to begin with, right?
So the Times
teachers a plus.
The Times, which is now obviously I have to fucking pay to get into for some reason. I'm trying to find out the survey, but yeah, basically almost half of parents believe children do not need to know how to use books before they start school, with some trying to swipe as if they were using phones or tablets. But yeah, essentially like the echoes of many things coming home to roost in that people aren't reading to their kids.
Well, that's interesting because there was an article I found just before this, and I wasn't going to mention it because it didn't seem that interesting, but it kind of relates to this. But the headline is, some children starting school are unable to climb a staircase, finds England and Wales teachers. So they're not even like COVID baby explanation starting to feel like an excuse, say some teachers.
Oh, yeah.
Right, so it's like raised in COVID times was difficult, which it probably was.
I can't help but think shitty parents must have existed in fairly equal measure for a long time.
I think
though.
Surely it's gotten better overall in time. And also, like, with other systems in place. I guess
you've got to be careful of sensationalist articles and stuff like that, damning the population.
That's from The Guardian, so it's not like a crazy sensational mirror.
They can be fairly sensational.
I mean, sure.
I mean, I'm not bashing them, but
well, it's not like The Mirror or fucking Daily Star, is what I mean.
No. it's not a red top. It's not a tabloid.
No,
also, you can't really, like, if, say, you live on the ground floor of an apartment block where you don't have stairs...
but it's
like there's no opportunity to, I guess, unless you go to somewhere with stairs and be like, okay, today is stair learning day.
But I suppose it's the same mentality as I don't know if my dog can swim. I've never taken him.
That's true.
Well, I've never put him in. I mean, he's gone near the sea.
Have you thought
he doesn't like going in the sea.
Right, he doesn't.
I've not thrown him in a body of water and said,
surprised.
"Give it a go," because there is a fifth element of he could drown. Does he even like?
Then
how
you drown
necessary
trying to
is
save him.
How often am I actually near bodies of water that he's going to be jumping in?
Well, there's a lot of bodies of water, and
there are actually some rivers. So there's
a lot.
Pretty main.
You could have maybe get him, like, wear him out quicker if you allow him to swim in the Bristol River.
I'll do it.
You don't see many dogs
Chuck 'em
swimming
in.
around in the
He's
Bristol Canal.
He's
though,
under
do
5
you?
years old. We'll chuck him in.
Yeah, even this time of year when it's like cold shock would be insane.
Yeah. Well, that'll get him. That'll get his legs going. But I think also dogs also have an automatic kind of like, fuck it, I'm swimming, and they paddle away.
They paddle away.
Fuck
Hey,
paddle.
he's swimming. He's swimming the opposite direction. Come back. That's the other thing. I think he'll just try and get away.
Why don't people use the river to exercise their dogs on one of those really long extendable leads?
It's a great idea. That's a great
Fucking
idea.
hell. I was thinking the other day, just like the reason people die in that fucking harbour all the time is there's no ladders. There's like 2 or 3 ladders dotted around, and even then they're far away enough that
I'm
by
sure
the time you
yeah.
get there, you're
It's true,
exhausted
actually,
and
yeah.
freezing.
You're
and
probably
you're
drunk and
dead.
exhausted, and
So,
the
it's
cold
all drunken
hits you,
people.
and then your muscles give out, and then you get sucked under by the mud.
Yeah, I wouldn't
There's a
chuck
lot of
my
mud
dog
under
in
there.
Maybe the sea, but he doesn't like the waves. He gets all he barks at them.
He barks at waves.
Yeah, like when the water comes close.
Fuck
I don't suppose you've ever chucked Mochi in a body of water other than a bath.
No, I haven't, Ross. Haven't
But you could
thrown
probably,
my dog in a
test
ba-
that out in a bathtub.
Have you not
She's
like
so
been
small.
down to the beach and been like, I'm gonna go in with the dog? Like a baby.
I've taken Mochi to a beach.
I don't know if you've
Yeah.
been to Western.
But-
She runs away from the lapping waves.
But if you picked her up and went in like on a sunny day, do you think maybe she'd find
She'd
it?
look.
I would be like doing this with
Murphy
the
would
dog.
kick the fucking shit out of me if I tried to do that. He would not like that.
No.
He does not. He's freaked out by the waves moving. He's freaked out by things moving in the wind. To be fair, it's very weird.
I'm more worried about my dog having a heart attack from fear
Right.
Yes.
by exposing her to scary
Yeah,
situations.
you couldn't toss her into
She's
the
a
ocean.
small little dog, and also getting her wet sucks for me because that's a lot of fur to dry out.
That is a lot.
Yeah.
So I'd rather wrap her in a waterproof like onesie,
Like a wetsuit
like a wetsuit. That would be amazing. I have one, in fact.
for a dog.
I used to put her
A
in one
wetsuit.
for like rainy days walking.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
She's too big.
Like
for
a
it now.
raincoat.
it's like a
Yeah.
proper raincoat. Like is
And
it like
she
one of the
looked
tube
like-
ones you slide into. So it's like a little tube.
She looks like a sausage with
Oh,
like the
nice.
2 ends of fluff just poofing out either end. It's
That's
amazing.
good. Yeah, I've got Murphy a. It's one of those farmer's jackets. It's like a proper waxy.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
nice.
Like a barber style.
It is a barber jacket. That's what
Yeah.
it is. That's, yeah.
Mhm.
It was on sale in John Lewis, and
Yeah.
I thought that's gonna look funny.
Yeah.
And he looks very smart. He looks like a dapper little boy.
You give him a little flat cap.
I should get him a flat cap.
Well, he's not like working the land. Like
He could work the land. As
he's
long as
not.
there's no
He's not
large
a
bodies of
Yorkshire
water.
sheep farmer.
He could be. He
How do you
has
put a
been
cap on a dog
Oh, that,
A little
you'd
strap.
struggle. He would pull it off.
instantly?
Maybe cut some
I
ear
tried to
holes.
put boots on him once.
Something like that.
No, he kind of like grabbed each boot and tugged it off in like rage.
Man.
He tried to walk on it and it looked like he was obviously just like freaking out. He was like, all
Yeah,
over
the
place.
legs
He's
go
like,
everywhere.
"Ah,"
Was
and,
that
like,
to stop burning feet? Or
I
what?
just wanted to see
What it would look
if
like.
he could wear them. They were like a $5 or whatever it was, and I was like, all right, we'll give him a try. Maybe in like the colder days, he doesn't have to have freezing paws, but he doesn't seem to give a shit
Or-
about that.
Do,
to be
do you
fair.
think
Really
he
It
maybe
was
thought
mainly
you
just for me
cheaped
to see
out?
if he could do it. Sorry.
He maybe thought you cheaped out and so he didn't want to wear them.
Yeah, he's like,
Not real leather.
He's that expensive.
These are Balenciaga. Balenciaga.
Yeah,
what
I
the fuck
do
are you
think
saying?
he is.
You
Yeah,
learn
he's worried that I wasn't spoiling him enough.
Who said this?
My dog.
Your dog was worried he wasn't spoiling you
Yeah.
enough.
But the one thing I do is make sure his balls don't tangle. So
Well, yeah, you got to keep those things apart.
Little ball bra.
that's why I keep a small bag of ice on his tail so that it keeps him cold and pushed up.
Oh,
Otherwise,
nice.
if those things twist,
Fucking
Oh.
hell. You're not
I can only
going
imagine the yelping of a dog.
Yeah.
That's the sound I would make as well if my balls twisted.
Do you know,
We've been through
like the
this.
thing with dogs when they get that thing in the back of their throat sometimes where like the nasal cavity flips over and you've got to blow down their nose to unblock
Or
it?
when he does a reverse sneeze.
Yeah, reverse sneeze. Apparently one of the better ways to get rid of it
It's
is
really
to like
fucking
blow the
horrifying.
skin back, right? Like you can
You
blow
have to,
their
yeah,
nose,
you gently blow in their nose, so because
pushes
the
the
little
skin back
kind of
round.
dangly bit. Or
What I'm
something-
saying is
something-
if torsion
flaps.
happens, you also need to use your mouth.
Why?
Because the warmth and the
I don't
dexterity
think
of
the
your
warmth
tongue
of
will
my
allow you
mouth-
to
No,
work
no,
out the
no.
problems, I think.
What you need is a hairdryer and a keen vision.
Like
And-
you're
and-
doing soldering.
You
With
need to
a
kind of like,
hairdryer.
yeah, you need to
Or
kind
you're
of go
shrinking the ball bag.
Professor Xavier in your
Or
head.
you know you're loosening the ball bag.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know which one's twisted and which way it's twisted, because obviously if you twist the other way, I guess you have to measure from the yelps. I mean, it's easier with dogs. You could get
Is
them
it like a
locked off
Rubik's
quite easily,
cube?
but he still has his. Sorry?
Where there's an algorithm. It's like right, left,
I
twist.
don't know.
twist
I don't
forward.
think he's had that kind of problem. But
You got to think about these things, Ross.
Do dogs have... maybe that's worth Googling. God, I'm a Google. Can dogs get...
Yeah, they will.
Testicular torsion.
Any kind of anatomical similarities like that, I'm sure.
Yes, dogs can get testicular torsion, which is a rare condition that occurs when dogs'
another thing
spermatic
for you to worry
cords
about.
twist. It can be difficult to diagnose and can mimic other acute abdomen emergencies.
At least it's cute.
There's a reluctance to walk, apparently one of the symptoms. Okay, severe pain, swelling in the affected testicle, and epididymis. Excuse me.
Oh, yeah.
Reluctance to walk, that makes sense. You're not going to try and walk that bad boy off. You're too busy panicking about what the fuck's going on. Vomiting, which I think is,
Yeah, fair enough.
I would throw up. If that feeling, you get that feeling. Even if you little tap, nut tap, but you can't throw up, but you want to. Loss of appetite. Well, that's fair enough. He's not exactly going to go out, like, be all hungry if his ball is twisted. Lameness and stiff gait.
Does your dog feel lame?
And I guess that's his legs kind of like... Is he lame? Nah, he's cool, man.
He looks pretty cool.
What's wrong with him? Why is he making that sound?
But apparently surgical intervention is usually required.
Fucking
You can do that
hell.
at home nowadays.
You can do that
so
at home.
expensive.
That's
You get
the
a
thing.
pack on Amazon, I
You
think.
get a nice, a sturdy scalpel
Mm.
and a keen eye. Get in there, twist it back. I don't think that is maybe
Well-
necessarily what would fix it, though.
I saw somebody was saying about how when dogs get older,
Yeah.
it gets more and more expensive to insure them.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes it's worth stopping the insurance and
Every
instead
year.
putting a set amount away each month to spend on YouTube surgery videos.
yeah.
So that like
Yeah.
you build
Those
the
courses
skills.
where you can just watch a master's
It's a masterclass,
veterinary
veterinary masterclass.
surgery. Yeah.
And
For this, you'll need surgical scissors, pair of rubber gloves.
I mean, beyond, I mean,
right, boy, try
what are the legal ramifications for doing surgery on?
I guess
a
it could
pet?
it could amount to animal cruelty, and animal cruelty is a
Yeah,
crime.
it must be.
I think so.
Sorry,
But what-
could
but-
amount.
But if you were okay,
if you do a good job, you do a good job.
If you were a trained vet, let's say you retired or whatever, but you know what you need to do, and somehow
Yeah.
you've got all the anaesthetic or whatever you need, and you did it at home, surely that's fine. I mean,
Well, I mean,
unless there is
people-
a body. I mean, because it's not like. Because at the end of the day, like if your dog like choked on something in your presence and died in front of you, you're not going to go to jail.
No.
If it's a baby, you will.
Yeah. Well, that's
Just throwing that out there.
because there is
Listening.
distinctions.
Again,
Yeah.
just we're
There are
aware that
certain
apparently
key
parental
distinctions.
guidelines are a bit
Yeah.
lax these days. You will go to prison if
Yeah.
that happens. So
If you
keep
serve
an
like
eye
a
on your
child.
baby.
If
but
you serve somebody
it's
an
an
animal
animal.
burger, they'll eat the burger. If you serve somebody
Yes.
a human burger, you'll go to prison.
you're gonna go to prison.
Yeah, you're gonna go to prison,
Exactly.
yeah.
Precisely.
There's a distinction there.
But what's the difference between you doing life-saving surgery on a dog and them accidentally dying by some freak accident in your home?
It's the result.
It's the end result.
It's the result of your surgery.
If you botch it, if you botch it pretty bad.
If he died and then it was just a quick burial, and it's like, who's investigating that?
I think it would have to be reported.
The RSPCA does quite a lot of. It does have to be. But the RSPCA is also quite good at proactive work. But I think they do need to be reported as well.
Also, if you go to the
But they have a
vets,
liaison
they
with-
were like,
with-
"Wow, I haven't seen Murphy in a while. It's been like 3 years of."
Who checks up on that?
Yearly
Other than like,
checkups.
it would have to be literally, one of you can. I haven't seen Murphy in ages. That's all.
Yeah.
Neither have I. Next question. Next question. Move
I don't know
on.
why I'm at the vet.
Carl Ross, your freezer's pretty full.
Yes. Yeah. Well,
What's all this turkey?
Can't get through it all. I don't know what the laws are on that. I mean, it'd be grim to know what the laws are in terms.
It's probably the result, like Smith says, and it's
but
probably on a
if you were
case by
trying to
case.
save your dog's life and you couldn't spend whatever $6,000 or whatever it is to fucking sort your dog out in some crazy surgery bill, well, how bad is that?
Well, do you think all those people that bite off the bollocks of goats are trained vets? They're doing that.
Do you think they're just doing it for fun?
They're not doing it for fun.
Yeah, I mean, like they're not.
There's
Like,
You're not
definitely-
I'm not
operating
saying
on
they're
your,
trained vets, but I'm like,
if you're operating on your dog for fun,
yeah, surely livestock is different.
well, no, not really. It's an animal, isn't it? Like unless it's like protected under other things like like protected species lists and shit like that, then like
So it's fine to bite off the balls of a goat in some kind of.
I think if somebody could prove that
And you
would
could say,
be,
well, I just think it's. I supposedly think that the saliva will.
It's the most
make it
ethical
less
way of doing it.
like pain free. It's like, well, no, this dude just fucking loves getting some goat balls.
There's definitely several
Like-
tools for that, but this guy just loves doing it
Just loves
with
it.
his
Yeah.
mouth.
You could use that knife if it. No. These gnashers are built for something. Come here, you.
Like a bit of gristle.
God, I don't even want. That's like some sort of fucking bush tucker trial.
It really
If
is.
you ever, when they ever try and bite into a testicle of a fucking
Well, I saw some
kangaroo testicle, and they're massive, and it's like fucking don't do it. That will live forever online. Don't do it. And they're like, it's so tough. And it's like, don't comment on it either.
Oh, it's popped in my mouth.
Oh, for God's sake, this is the worst. How is this allowed on TV?
It was.
I saw somebody pull the balls of a goat off with their teeth, and as they did it, they dragged it. Like, brace yourself for this, by the way.
Oh God!
I'm already
warning first.
It's already too much.
As they pulled it, like the skin of the ball bag kind of like stretched long, and they kind of like pulled the balls out, like as if they're pulling like grapes out of like a.
Why do I feel like
sack.
I've seen this clip? I feel like I've seen this clip.
It is. It's a very quick thing, but it's literally just like. And they kind of like it stretches like taffy.
The sound effect stretches like taffy. Fucking hell.
Yeah.
God.
And then they just spit them out. And then they just spit them out.
And they just flop them.
And then they go, oh, now there's some
next.
Now there's bare goat balls in my mouth. Only 300 more goats to do.
Give me the next one.
Fucking hell.
Fuck me. How have you both seen that as well?
I've seen a farm documentary thing where this guy was saying that was the best way to do it. And it seems like, what the fuck?
In very extremely rural places, like, you know, like you got to imagine that we're not in the UK, probably.
Yeah.
You're in somewhere that's like really remote, really rural, and you're like you have a nomadic herd of goats. Yeah, I think it.
What's wrong with a good rubber band?
Well, that is actually another way they do it. Yeah, docking
and garden shears.
Docking sounds fucking fucked. Like that. Ouch.
Or just don't.
We
do
don't
it.
need to. Yeah, just don't do it. Just don't do home surgeries on your own animals. Although, but I think my point was that like what grade difference is a goat to a dog, and
there isn't one.
If some dude fancied just saving himself some money and biting his dog's balls off, which I wouldn't recommend. I think that a dog's going to react very differently from a goat. Personally.
I think it depends on the human value of said thing versus if it goes to a court of law or whatever. The judge has probably more empathy for a pet, a dog, versus a sheep.
Yeah.
And
well,
I think the distinction is
livestock.
Livestock versus being kept as livestock
a pet.
versus a pet.
Yeah, livestock versus.
And it doesn't distinguish on animals. So, for example, you could have a pet cow. Like if we eat meat.
A pet pig.
We are technically consenting to the stuff that happens to livestock animals everywhere.
Biting off balls,
and it's absolutely horrific.
Yeah,
it is absolutely horrific. And
we hand wave a lot.
So really, like, if somebody said to me, like, this is my cow, this is my one cow, I love this cow, I don't want this cow to die, I'd be like, fair enough. You know, like.
Then why'd you bite the balls off? The balls are so big on that ball.
Yeah.
It's
already huge.
I saw a really cute like piglet on like a TikTok the other day.
Yeah.
And like it was like resting and like right in front of a fire, and all the comments were just like, that's gonna take fucking ages to cook. It's like, oh come on, he's so cute. But fuck. It did make me want to stop eating the bacon sandwich.
I thought you were gonna. It's like made me want to fry up.
It does make yes.
I stopped eating meat after having an encounter with some piglets.
Yeah, you went to the.
Sorry, not meat. I eat meat.
Was that the one in Chew Valley? Was it?
Yeah, Chew Valley Animal Park.
Yeah, I've been there.
Yeah,
you can
I
sit
sit
in
with
with
bellies of the piglets.
I'll stave off pork for some time.
In a little while. It's like you need exposure treatment. It's like if you've got a really nice
I have
job.
cut a lot of pork, to be fair.
Yeah.
I have reduced it.
Cut
It's normally
it
when it's
out.
like something in some sort of like burger. It's like, oh, so I need bacon.
Yeah,
and you're like, fuck.
It's a great like accent meat, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm not going out of my way to get it. Just if it appears in things.
Yeah.
Fucking
How did that get in there? How did those ghost balls get in there? Fuck. How are they in my mouth? Whoops.
Next.
There's good news for a baby in Alabama who was born in a Krispy Kreme. They've been awarded a year's supply of free dinners.
What?
So
how are they born in a Krispy Kreme? Oh, in the place, not in a donut.
I think it was
not inside a donut.
What? Like
not like right. Put the donut at the end. It's coming. It's preaching. Put the donuts round.
This is the biggest Krispy Kreme you've ever had.
No, they were in the establishment. Krispy Kreme.
I thought they used the Krispy Kremes to keep the birthing canal open like a sort of long tunnel. Like, you know, like they use it as struts.
How? They're quite soft, doughy donuts.
They fried these ones extra long. Weird this came up because I literally thought about the time we made those donuts during lockdown.
Yes.
Oh, they were very
really
tasty.
nice.
Mine wasn't.
Oh.
My dough was
Gross.
shit.
Oh.
I could probably do it better now.
Yeah.
But, anyway.
But do you reckon they pulled off in time to go like, right, which fast food restaurant do we want a year's worth of where we're going to have this baby?
Well, it makes
Quick.
you wonder now, like whether
Yeah.
it's just like, wow, considering the bills in America for going to the hospital for anything, let alone giving birth,
No,
are
go
quite
Krispy
high.
Kreme.
Why not gain something and throw the risk out there and just be like, fuck it, I'm going to give birth in a Krispy Kreme.
What you're gaining is additional medical fees.
And then also, in the future,
Diabetes.
But then, the baby's not going to eat the donuts, are they? So they've awarded the baby with a year's supply of donuts. Does it have to be the baby that takes it, do you think?
It'll be total bollocks. It'll
Because I
be
don't
one
think a
donut
baby
a
can
day
eat a
as well. It'll be one donut a day.
It'll be a voucher.
It will be. Didn't we get like a... Oh, we got a voucher, didn't we? Yeah. That was
Yeah,
for, like, a
you'll
box.
get like a year.
It's because we ate
thing.
24 in like a day. Well, in a session.
I mean, to be honest, more than 2 Krispy Kremes a week is probably going to have a detrimental effect on your life, isn't it? Like, long term, that would fuck my skin up. If I was eating too much of that would have an impact on me.
This always harks back to the guy who eats every meal that's a Big Mac. I know it's not the
Yeah.
same as a Krispy Kreme, but that guy's slim, man. He's still alive.
Yeah, but he's also so bonkers that he goes to McDonald's.
Yeah, I think
we're ignoring a
it's
massive
also just how
issue.
it is the most boring thing. I mean,
Yeah.
if I had a Big Mac, I wouldn't really want one for a few days, right? Having one every meal, that's just having anything,
Gross.
any food,
Yeah. It's like
the
being
exact
prison.
food for lunch and dinner every day. That is like a prison of your own fucking
Creation.
mind.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a mental health thing.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It
Yeah.
100% is. It's a fixation.
It's just like, fuck, I need my Big Macs. It's like, well,
Yeah.
maybe go across the road, get some chicken, get something else.
Let's dig into this. Oh, your last meal with your mother was a Big Mac.
There we go. Yeah.
Yeah.
My dad
I
used to
remember.
beat me with Big Macs.
Yeah, there we go.
fucking
There it
hell,
is.
of course,
That
there
took
it
like
is.
10 minutes. I mean, honestly, like, let's hit the big ones. Sit down for an hour. Let's hit the big ones, and you'll probably work out why you're so fucking weird.
Jesus.
I mean, it's true. But like so many people,
I don't know.
including myself.
I'd like to know. There must be a documentary, a deep dive documentary, other than just, hey, this guy's still eating Big Macs. He's buying loads and freezing them, which I think is even more insane.
Keeps them fresh, though.
Shit.
Some days you don't want to go out and
Just
get your
go
McDonald's.
there. If you're going to get it fresh, man.
No, it's all...
Learn the recipe and make them at home yourself. Get inventive. Do something with your... What's he doing with that extra time he's not cooking his meals?
He's getting on TV. He's
having a
getting
horrible haircut. I remember.
Oh,
I remember
he
him
had a
having
mullet or some shit.
He had a haircut that looked like
destroying his appearance.
Big
Yeah.
Mac eater.
Fucking-
I don't even know what the fucking guy's name. Dan Gorsk. What is this says? Born 1953 or 1954.
not sure.
It doesn't know. That's the Wikipedia. Is it not a confirmed age? He might be 70 or 71. That seems crazy to me that he wouldn't have corrected them in some way. Anyway, he's married, would you believe, as well? Anyway.
To the fucking burger. To burger married.
Someone who works in McDonald's.
Married to the Mac.
God, what was I going to find out? Oh, he was in Super Size Me, so I'm guessing
He's got obsessive compulsive disorder.
Yeah,
Oh, well,
probably.
There it is. Has he? Or are you saying that?
It's on the wiki.
Well, I'm just scrolling down.
He
to it.
commented
Let me
in
get to it.
2008 that his obsessive compulsive disorder is what fuels his love of Big Macs. Yeah, his 25,000 Big Mac in
That
2011.
fuels his love of Big Macs. I mean, shit.
At what point, though?
Can you break
Right,
that
I'm gonna play
trend?
devil's
Is there a way to
advocate a bit
break that
here.
trend? Yeah.
At what point? I mean, like it's like saying it's my OCD that fuels my love of cigarettes.
No, he
Like-
he loved Big Macs and he just wants to have more.
But
like,
because it's his condition.
I guess it would be really, really stressful to break that trend. I guess. I mean, I don't fully.
I mean,
I
yeah,
don't have the.
it's a
I
coping
don't have
mechanism. I'm not saying that we need.
disorder.
It's not love; it's an illness. I mean, it's kind of. But anyway,
But that's, yeah.
I know
25,000
everybody does
as well.
need
25,000
coping
Big Macs. But my point was, he was still slim,
Yeah.
and
Huh?
he's still alive. He's in his 70s. That's
It's impossible to
He's doing
tell
better
though,
than
if
most.
he's that kind of person with the extremely good metabolism that had you given him a different diet, you'd have to clone him. You'd have to clone him to know
Yeah,
whether
we need to clone him.
we need to clone him, and then give that
Yeah.
person a completely different diet and see if you
surely
outlast
AI,
the
that's what
McDonald's
AI is
one.
going to solve. Is that it's going to speed up that process and just be like, we've now made like a million digital versions of you, and one of them ate hot dogs every day, and they're dead.
You live an
at
extra
63, so
keep
You're
eating
doing-
them Big Macs.
you're doing okay.
You actually picked
Big
the
Macs
perfect meal to outlast
or a tick.
most humans.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, so if it's worked for them this long, you might as well keep eating that life-giving nectar.
Yeah.
I
He's
think
not dead yet at
there's
70 or 71. We don't know.
There's definitely
Um,
something to say with, with leading a life that is as stress-free as possible, regardless of how healthy it is. I think, as in like you could have this guy who eats terrible food daily, but is happy and is unstressed.
Terrible to you.
And live a long time.
This,
No, but
this is this man's elixir.
Scientifically, it is poison. Like, as in, like,
But maybe
it's
because he's only
non-food.
just having that, he's not mixing up his biome enough. That's like, or maybe there's something in that that's
it'll be something like that as well.
got him to
Yeah, for sure.
the age of 70 or 71. We
Maybe
don't know.
his
Yeah.
microbiome is in complete control of his actions now because they're
Yeah.
so strong.
God, yeah. If
Yeah.
he has
Powerful
something
over
else,
his
it might be pretty
decision.
devastating. Yeah.
Yeah.
Although I'm pretty sure he has fries and stuff with it, doesn't he? So he's having vegetables.
He says it's 98% of his diet.
Fucking
There's a 2%.
outlier. What's a few
there.
cubes of chocolate?
Yeah. I'll treat myself to a
Oh,
apple pie from
God.
McDonald's.
He was a correctional officer at Walpun Correctional Institute for 25 years, retiring in May
Damn.
2011.
Damn.
So that was probably not a fun job.
Apparently, his cholesterol level was 156 milligrams
That's not bad.
/DL, below the average of 208.
200. Yeah. That's pretty decent.
I might
He
start
does
eating Big
skip
Macs.
breakfasts,
Yeah,
So-
I bet he intermittent fasts. I bet that's essentially what he's doing.
and the only other food he eats is a small evening snack such as ice cream, a fruit bar, or potato chips.
Terrible. Ice cream's one of the highest cholesterol foods you can eat. It's a miracle. What the fuck is
Says
going on
this
with that
guy. This guy's
I
says
know.
differently.
Got lower than average cholesterol. Although
Like
again,
I said, we have to clone him because
Gotta clone that
he could
motherfucker.
be just an extremely efficient exister. He could just tank anything.
yeah.
Yeah, well, it's like that guy who he drank batch.
Shoe Nice.
Shoe Nice.
Yeah.
I mean, he was doing all sorts. I don't know how.
And rock stars that can take any kind of Class A drug and still live through it all.
The secret is the presence of cash. I think.
Yeah, and a defib nearby.
Yeah, I think like you can take some drugs as long as you know the drugs are good, and that you have a rehab facility that's basically the equivalent of a luxury spa that you can go
Yeah.
to for a month to like get over it.
Full caring as well to
Yeah.
make sure we don't relapse and all that. Yeah.
Do you want a drip and some mental health treatment? Yes, please.
I would
Okay.
like
Wow,
some-
turns out you can get people off drugs.
I want some ethically controlled morphine, please.
Yeah.
Is there any food that you would eat 34,000 meals of? This is the number he got to.
I'd
Only
eat
10 months old,
34,000 Gillions.
Oh, would you?
Is he-
Nah,
I
I'm already.
I want to know if
I'm,
that's how you pronounce that.
I'm
It is
past
Guylian.
Goulian.
I don't know if it's Gillian,
It's Gillion
Guylian,
because it's a combination of two people's surnames.
Guy and Leon.
Or is it first names? Something
They
like that.
they've got too. They're too much for me these days. They're too
Gillian.
rich. I don't know why.
AOL.
I'd spread them, obviously.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have 34,000 in a couple weeks, for example.
Maybe a year.
But once a day.
I'll have you know that AOL pronounce it as Gillian.
AOL.
Yeah, AOL.com, baby.
Is it Gillian?
That's the first one. How to pronounce?
I thought it was Gillian.
Let me listen to it.
How to pronounce Gillian?
Gillian.
So that's wrong, isn't it?
Why is that wrong?
That's wrong, isn't it?
That's totally wrong.
That's just a
Why are
being
you saying that-
fancy. That's
Why are
just trying to be
Ferrero Rocher
fancy.
still so expensive?
I don't like Ferrero
Why are
Rocher.
Ferrero
I
Rocher so
do. I
expensive?
like it.
Isn't it just a nice hazelnut? Like,
It's a hazelnut wrapped in
It's
crisp
too, like-
chocolate. Yeah.
It's like putting the end of a mace in your mouth. It's like a bludgeoning device with like spikes.
You don't like the texture.
Yeah, it's a harsh thing to like crunch down on.
Okay.
It's like a mine.
wait, are you talking about the same thing? Wait, you're
Ferrero
talking about
Rocher.
Ferrero Rocher?
Yeah, because it's got all those knobbly nut bits on it, right?
It's not like
You pop
fucking
that in your
hard,
mouth.
Yeah, you pop the whole thing
Whereas
in
a
your mouth.
Guylian's nice and smooth.
Are you a biter or are you a whole? Do you pop the whole thing in?
If I can't fit the whole thing in my mouth, what's the point?
I put the whole thing in and smash that thing to
I'm
pieces.
so glad you said
with
it.
my jaw.
But no, I agree. You should pop that whole thing in your mouth. And
Oh,
then
you're supposed
crunch
to.
down.
I've just been.
It depends on
informed.
have you. It was
You have to take the wrapping off first.
Oh, that's what you've been doing wrong.
Right.
Just like how you pronounce Guillon.
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 Guillon. Also, everyone's been opening Ferrero Rochers wrong.
What the fuck?
So
You can't open them wrong.
yeah,
What do you mean?
Manufacturer's intent, right?
Okay.
So I'm sure what you're doing is you're pulling off the bottom bit, right? The little cupcake thing that's on the bottom, the paper cupcake. You're pulling that off, and then you're unwrapping it from the bottom. It's like a banana. You're doing it fucking wrong, guys.
How are you meant to do it?
That's where the hot glue is. That's like keeping it all together.
Yeah.
The little sticker on top.
Yeah.
You peel that little sticker off.
Oh shit! Wow. I mean, yeah. Thanks.
Wait. Sorry. You weren't peeling the sticker off.
No, I was doing it the other way this whole time.
What other way? You were peeling
The way he just described. You take it
rip
out
off
of the paper,
bottom.
then open it up from the bottom.
I see.
There's
Maybe
a
I've been
sticker on
doing
the
it wrong.
top.
There's
Maybe
a
I've been
Ferrero
doing it wrong.
Rocher tiny little sticker on top.
And that's a seal where it then opens up from there.
That's how you're meant to open them.
Like a flower.
Yeah, but at the bottom, because of the cupcake kind of like thing, you can kind of push it and then it kind of opens out and then you just peel from there. You don't even need to touch the chocolate and then that's me just shoving it to my gob.
That's barbaric, Ross.
I know.
That's not what Ferrero Rocher would want you to do.
I think Ferrero Rocher, if it didn't have all that stupid wrapping, would be
a lot cheaper.
30 times cheaper.
It's
a
so
lot
expensive.
of packaging. It's a lot of
like
packaging.
just for like 10 of them.
And it comes with like a fancy plastic case
and
as
they're
well.
so annoying. I've tried to use those afterwards, and they're not quite strong enough for
the
useful
trays.
things. No, not the trays. There's like the little I bought like a 12-pack for like £7 or whatever it is.
That's like a skirmish group of orcs if you can fit them in there.
I see. Well, I mean, you can get some.
You can get like a
things in them,
500-point army in there.
No way.
Store all your old Christmas
No
cards.
way. No, anyway, moving on from Ferrero Rocher or Rocher or however the hell you're meant to pronounce it.
I think it's
I think it's Gillian.
What do you think is the best chocolate?
Guylian.
The best chocolate.
I love truffle so much. Truffle is like
praline, you mean?
I like praline,
yeah,
yes.
yeah, yeah.
Praline chocolate, yes.
So hazelnut chocolate
Yeah.
mix. Yeah.
A go-to.
I love that so much.
I
Ross loves advent calendar chocolate.
No, I don't love Advent.
Mini eggs?
Mini eggs is nice.
Terry's
Mini eggs
chocolate
is
orange?
good. Cadbury's, before it was owned by some shit American company, was pretty good. It's gone downhill.
I really like those Leonidas ones that we got from Amsterdam.
Oh, those were good.
And
I don't
Rotterdam.
even know where to.
Those
I mean,
tasty.
yeah, like Belgian chocolate is just
Lindor's
tasty
good. I
and
like
stuff as
Lindor.
well.
But it's
Lindor's good. I mean, I guess we surely we need to go, what chocolate do you hate? And it's always Hershey's.
Oh, yeah, but we don't consider that here.
I don't consider that
We don't get it. do we?
food.
I don't consider it chocolate.
One of the worst.
I consider that the burnt, like the bottom of a tray burning, and someone's just put a little bit of chocolate on it and mixed that together and made you eat it.
It's the chemical they
yummy.
put in it.
Uric acid.
Yeah,
I hate it.
that tastes like vomit.
Yeah.
That's a good way to get people not to eat chocolate, at least. But I don't know
Not if you're
what else
brought
happened
up
in
on it.
America, but that.
Americans that eat Hershey's.
God, it's awful.
Like it because.
But then, yeah, if you don't have anything to
nostalgic.
compare it to, you're
Yeah.
like, oh, tasty, it's sweet chocolate, but it's not. No.
If you
Never again.
were raised eating solely Big Macs,
Go on. It's raised on
like
Big
that
Mac.
was your only exposure to food,
Mm.
Was I breastfed?
would you be more predisposed to having just Big Macs for the rest of your life, or exposing yourself to other foods like everything tastes weird compared to a Big Mac?
Yeah, I think that's probably it.
Yeah, I guess
everything
it
would
be.
taste strange, wouldn't it?
You've set a palette for yourself, haven't you? So, yeah.
It was set for me, like I was.
But I
forced.
think I think it would be. I don't think it would be hard to then make a burger that's better, fresher, and tastier than a Big Mac. And like you're still kind of ticking the box, right? Like
Yeah.
I'm guessing this guy's eating other burgers, right? As well.
Well,
as.
but the thing is, if it needs to be exactly like a Big Mac,
Right,
it
of
shouldn't.
course,
It doesn't
yeah.
need to be better than a Big
But if someone
Mac.
made it like where somehow some
It's
some
the
places
combination
try and make the exact
product. Yeah.
copy
Yeah.
of it but homemade.
It'd be
What
more
was-
expensive.
What was
probably.
that
It would be more
channel
expensive,
that
but
used
like
to do that?
I reckon it would taste better.
That's why we got the Krispy Kreme idea from, was that YouTube channel that did
Bon
gourmet-
Appetit, where they kind of like
They broke down-
try to make the same thing but like in a gourmet
in
way.
a gourmet way. Yeah,
Oh yeah, I missed this. I think they're are they still about? I don't know.
I think they all.
It kind of the whole thing
disbanded or
shut
something.
down or something. But yeah, that's that. Yeah, because then you can make a better version of it. But I mean, there's loads of burgers better than Big Macs. So
It's also the
but yeah,
convenience.
like you
of-
say, obviously he just wants that specific thing. So
They're cheap as shit as well. Like in comparison to like getting your own ingredients. But yeah,
I think that's the other thing. That's the other thing with junk food in general, isn't it? It is cheap
Easy
as shit,
access.
easy to access. You don't have to put any effort to learn to do a recipe, which is
it's
fair
done
enough.
very quickly.
You just eat it, get fat, move on.
Which
Die
is
young.
why for 2025 it's a good way to introduce our new sponsor, which is the McDonald's Big Mac.
Yeah.
Specifically
You're hungry
that
for
one.
A sponsorship on this podcast.
Yeah, it's unlikely,
I
isn't
don't
it?
believe you.
No, we don't.
That's-
Still don't have
no.
sponsorship, but you know what we do have? Loyal patrons
We do actually, yeah.
that support us every month, allowing us to continue to do Hat Chat like this. Thank you to our Patreons on patreon.com/hatfilms in particular. You're credited because you can choose Hat Chat on Patreon as a specific tier. We know it, you just want that, so that's nice.
That's cool,
But
isn't it?
also YouTube members and Twitch subscribers that subscribe to us for whatever reason, you're all helping Hat Chat continue, so thanks for that. I also want to say a big shout out to anyone that sends us a little email with a finger in it to
Thank you.
hatchat@hat-films.com, like Scott
Big love.
Cheggs, who did our little medieval ditty today.
Big love for that.
Always love to receive more of those.
I think the next single should have lots of fart sounds in it.
Great, a little fart tune. That'd be great. Can't say wrong.
Sorry, I only said that because there was another article here which is just weird.
Go on then, a final
A
article.
woman used fart selfies to harass her partner's ex.
How do you do fart selfies?
She filmed herself farting into the camera. And
So
then
a selfie
sent
is-
it directly. A selfie is in, I guess, just pointed either to her ass or a similar area and farting and then sending it to them. It's kind of just like, it's juvenile, sure. But I think she's going to jail.
Really?
So, she's giving
Because
a
of harassment?
No, yeah, for harassment, yeah. Community order.
Oh, shit.
So if you're thinking that you can send fart selfies to someone,
And you were thinking it.
in
we
revenge,
knew-
and I know you were thinking
Yeah,
it.
come on.
because let's be honest, we are
Put
all
the
thinking
phone
it.
down.
God,
Also, you're
how-
farting onto
How can
your
I get
phone.
back at my ex?
That's kind of gross.
I'm going to
isn't it?
fucking fart into my phone and send it to them regularly.
That's a gross phone.
I
That
gotta
is
say though, like,
hilarious. It's inventive.
yeah.
I gotta say, like, I'm surprised you can get like any kind of criminal judgment against somebody sending you videos of them farting, though. I really am. Because imagine
Yeah.
you sent them videos. I mean, there is a harassment element to it. Not gonna lie, I can see that.
Oh yeah,
But the whole like,
it depends if you can see someone's bum. Because it said proceeds to pass gas by placing the camera on her bottom and passing the gas.
she said she was smirking throughout, found it hilarious, but the victim didn't.
So you could see her face as well, like peeking around.
And that's it. Imagine the time you have to do that. It's obviously it was a devastating breakup.
Clearly.
Sounds pretty bonkers to me. It's
That's-
gone mad. It says one of the people said, "I would like to feel safe in my own home." Well, we all would, but the threat of farting is ever present.
I think it could be much worse. Couldn't it? It could be like fucking prank calls saying, "I can kill you, bitch."
Yeah.
And it's like no, it's just
I know. Really, it's a really odd one.
Stop recording.
Like what? Like it feels. I mean, I'm sure there was harassment elements to it. That of course, you need to be taken seriously.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
like at the same time, you're just like, I'm surprised. You know that it wasn't just like,
got that
stop
far.
sending me fucking fart videos, you twat. Block.
Is this
yeah.
the first of its kind? Do you think that's the first of its kind? What do you
Fart
imagine
trolls.
the trial was like? Well, not trial, but like the proceedings.
I don't think it was very.
The magistrate's court was like, so you've
says
been
at the
farting.
bottom, I think-
it says here you've been farting into your camera and then sending it to this person.
Yes.
Yes.
Guilty.
And you guilty.
On average,
Oh, you are guilty.
3
okay.
times. Okay, right.
And you would
so
send lots of
don't
those.
do that anymore.
Stop it. No.
I mean, by law, you're not allowed to do that anymore.
And community service will be
Community
you have
service.
to do a stage show of your fart.
Yeah, you now need to do photography.
You get 2 options. 1, super glue the butt together. 2, stage show farting. Antics.
We've signed you up and we've all got tickets. We'll see you there.
Can't wait.
That's your community order is to
Really happy
fart
for
and
this
display on for everyone.
Not so funny now, is it? Smoke the whole pack.
Smoked the whole bag. Anyway, we'll see you in the next one.
Yeah. Have a
Thanks
bloody
for
great
listening
week.
and watching today. Goodbye.
Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye.